Hey guys, Mirandus here. So today we're going to talk about the Lily Advent. She is water, so you're going to mostly want to use wind characters. Although unlike Nikita, you don't have to use wind characters or your guys get clobbered. You do want to use mostly or pretty much all female characters because male characters take additional damage from a lot of mechanics in here. But first, let's take a look at the party info. So, we can't bring Sid. He's also a male character, so he'd get hit harder. He might do okay, though, anyway, but we can't bring him because of the debuff. Cordelia, you can't bring, so you can't really have that wind tank. Ian, you also can't really bring because of the fact that males take a lot of damage in here. The key ones we want to look at are Emilia. She does increase 200% attack to all your allies. She's pretty much required either if you have her or as a friend unit. Elizabeth does abnormal status immunity 50%. You can run with or without Elizabeth. It is a little less annoying if you have Elizabeth in your party since there's a lot of charm going on. But you can still get really unlucky with RNG and all your guys can get charmed anyway. So I've run with Elizabeth, with an Elizabeth friend. It does make things feel a little bit smoother, but definitely not required. Same thing with Jacqueline. Some folks do like her because it allows Ramu to keep your party up a little bit better, but definitely not required. Definitely not a really high burst damage, so you might need to find more damage elsewhere. But so this boss is relatively versatile. This is the team that I run, and the thing to take a note of this team, even though it looks really geared, is the fact that I've got arena damage, damage reduced by arena, and not really doing a huge amount of PvE damage, and that 20% for Callie or 30% for Ruby is really worth more than that 20% attack from that last purple star. So if you have less gear, you want to make sure you're talented for boss damage. And the way that we look at talents here is we'll grab Ruby. We want the attack increase. We want this to be boss damage as much as possible. Fortified armor is a good use-all, but if you're trying to take the least damage possible because you don't have that much gear, elemental damage taken decrease is better. Also, the 15% less damage from bosses. You'll see that my guys take quite a bit of damage, and that's generally what you want to see from your attackers. Like I said, they're all PvP spec'd, so they will do a little bit less damage. If you have less gear, consider swapping things to PvE boss type damage. Now, I have an Elizabeth. I've used her. She does pretty well. I'm going to run double Callie just because I like the extra burst. Typically, what you want to see in a Callie friend is that 666 on all her skills for maximum damage. And then for hero talents, if they have damage, the boss talents, that's definitely a plus. And make sure that you have at least some reasonable runes. The other thing about my characters is they have a lot of attack speed runes, which don't help survivability or damage. So, just be mindful that you can get a lot more damage than I'm pumping out here. So let's jump in here. So this first set of mobs is a pair of two, and the one on the left, this one here that just attacked, Oops, auto's on. Let me turn that off. So the one on the left has a low chance to cast the charm, which is called Lethal Beauty. Has a high chance to stun when hitting a target with Lethal Beauty on it. And then Charming ability, she does a lot more damage when dealing with male targets. She also can't be crowd controlled. The one on the left can. And since they don't do extra damage to like other types of units, like light units or whatnot, you can pick up Karen or another healer that is not Rue. That will help you cleanse these debuffs and whatnot as well. But I have enough bursts that I'm not going to worry too much about it. Once you kill one, they will do a small AoE. It does do some damage, but not somewhere in the 4K range. You just want to make sure you have enough damage to take them both out. So Sharon, she does Lethal Beauty on counterattack. She also has the ability to do the normal, her normal Advent move that makes players drunk. That causes them to miss a lot more, and then at the end of it, get stunned. So you just kind of are watching the debuffs, so you can see how Elizabeth might be helpful, although neither of these guys do as many debuffs as Lily does here. So at about 150k or so, a little bit more than 150k, you'll see that she enrages, hits everybody, and then we'll summon some additional adds here. I have enough damage that I'm just going to burst through. And you can see my guys are kind of taking a beating. I want to make sure that resolve is still up for this phase here, because I'll show you a trick with it. The mark for Lily is just above 500k damage. When she hits that 500k health mark, she will summon an ad, and it seems to be, from what I've seen, random. It can be one of two ads. We'll see which one I get here. I'm just going to burst hard because I know I'm hitting that threshold. She'll do an AoE to stun all my guys. Having Elizabeth is pretty helpful here. She summoned this guy, which Mr. Boom, he marks guys for explosion. That debuff does a lot of damage. He also does some pretty significant damage with his auto attacks, so you want to be mindful that when he comes out, there's going to be a lot of damage. The other one that she can summon is Silo, and he comes out enraged, and all your characters get a full turn before he goes, and when he goes, he wipes out. He does a giant AoE that pretty much one-shots anybody. It will one-shot 3 or 4 guys. You have the choice. You can CC him, because he's not immune to stun, if you're not charmed. You can burst Lily really hard, because as you saw with Callie and with Callie from like 570,000 health, she's already below 200k. So if you have enough burst, you can burst her hard, and the resolves will help you here, because the resolves will proc. They'll stay alive for another round of burst, and then or you can try to burst him down really fast. He's got about 100k health, which with the damage buff is not too much. But generally he'll get at least one attack off, because of the fact that all your guys are stunned, unless you get lucky with Elizabeth, or you have another debuff cleanser. And I'm just going to finish her. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. The only other mechanic that I forgot to mention is if you don't kill her within 15 of her turns, she will enrage and do a giant AoE and wipe out your group. You just want to go slow and steady, not let your health bars drop too much. Don't let your resolves drop from Callie if you're using a Callie or a friend Callie. Well, one thing to note is Callie does significant more damage when the enemy is poisoned, so you kind of want to time your burst with the poison, but you don't have to. I mean, if you can't get a poison off and she's hitting that 500k health range, just burst her with the first person you can. I mean, if you don't have Callie, you can do double Ruby with a Ramu, and then a mix of, Elizabeth, Karen, a Jack. You have options. But that's it.